Hi guys, it's Nicole Roberts from timandnicoleroberts.com, and I am coming to you tonight from my front room. My kids are in bed, and I have yesterday's makeup that's still barely hanging on because you guys know how it goes. As a mom, as a business owner, you have to choose between running your business and taking a shower. I mean, you have to make decisions like that every single day. Your time is so valuable to you, and there's just not enough of it. And because of that, even though I would prefer to look cute and pretty and, have cute clothes on and have makeup on and have my hair done to talk to you, it's just not going to happen. And this information that I want to give you is important, and I needed to tell you tonight. I've been thinking about it for a really long time, but I've never really put it into words. So I hope I can explain to you the feeling I have right now for all of you moms out there, all of you business owners out there who are literally wasting your time. Now, I've done a lot of different things to try and make money. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I'm a creationist, if you will, not in the sense that you're probably thinking, but I am obsessed with creating something new, with creating business, with creating sales, with creating products, with creating crafty, crappy, whatever, you name it. I like to create it. And, moms are kind of like that. Most of us are, and so are business owners. I mean, usually you're a business owner or inventor because you have a desire and a need to constantly be creating and be in control. Well, let me get right down to it. How many of you have ever gone out and just decided some people call it blitzing, some people call it cold contacting. It's where you go out and you just try to randomly talk to people at the mall, or you try to hand out a business card and you try to get people's phone numbers, and you pray that they're actually interested in what you're talking about, and that they'll answer your phone call when you call them back, and that they'll actually give you the time of day. And you will go out and you will spend hours upon hours upon hours to get 2 phone numbers. And you'll feel good about it. And that's okay. Everybody has to start somewhere. I used to do that. I cannot tell you how many magazines I handed out, how many cards I handed out, how many phone numbers, how many lists and lists and lists of people's phone numbers I had of warm leads that I had talked to. Now, that works for some people. And it used to kind of a little bit work for me. I'd get a little bit of results. But that's back when my time wasn't as valuable as it is now. Now, I don't have time to go talk to people for 2 hours, because if I go out for 2 hours, I will have screaming kids, I will have hungry kids, I will have ornery kids, and I won't have any results, and I'll be mad and I'll be frustrated, and I won't want to do it again. Just the way it goes. Now, another question. How many of you have ever gone to an expo? You've created a booth. Maybe you sell products for another company. Maybe you're in direct sales. Or maybe you are a crafter, a creator, and you create your own products. Now, both of these require an intense amount of time to try to get ready for a booth or an expo. A lot of times it costs you money to pay for a booth. It takes you time and money to, get your products together. I personally have done both. I've sold other people's products, which takes less time, and I've also sold my own products. I've been part of expos where I spent hours and hours and hours to get enough products ready so that I could feel like I could sell enough to make it worth not only the money I had to pay to be in the expo, but the time it would take not only to, my nails are cute, huh? The time it would take not only to make all of those products, but to actually be at the event, whether it's a day, 2 days, whatever. You have to make quite a bit of money to make it worth your time. Now, I can't tell you how many women I have talked to who love to craft, who love to create, and I know how that feels, and you want so badly for people to want what you made. You want them to love it like you love it, and you want to sell it. But so many of these women say they make something. Let's say, for example, I remember talking to one lady. She was an older lady. She was adorable. And she made aprons. And I asked her, how much does it cost you to make one apron? She said, oh, it costs me probably about $8 worth of materials. Okay, that's cool. And I said, and how much do you sell them for? And she said, oh, well, I don't want to rip anybody off. I want them to like them and buy them. So I sell them for about $12 or $13. Are you freaking kidding me? And how long, I didn't say that to her, but that's what I was thinking in my head. And I said, and how long does it take you to make an apron? She said, oh, well, probably an hour to 2 hours. Okay, let's pretend she doesn't have to go sit her butt at an expo for 2 days straight. Let's pretend she doesn't have to pay for a booth. Let's pretend none of that is even a part of the equation. Let's just pretend the only thing we're looking at here is the fact that it costs her $8. She charges, let's say $13. Let's give her an extra dollar there. She's making $5. $5 profit. But it took her, let's say it took her 2 hours to make, even 1 hour. All she's making is $5. That's it. Now, once we start calculating in all the time of showing up to the expo, setting up, we're not even including the costs of tables and tablecloths and all the pretty little decor you have to set up to attract people to your booth. How much money is she really making? Nothing. She is losing money. She's losing time, all in the name of being creative because she wants people to like her product. Well, this is my question to you. Why are you in business? Are you in business because you need someone to like what you do? Is it validation? Is that it? If it is, then keep doing what you're doing. That's okay. If all you need is validation, then that's okay. But as a business owner who finally figured out how to sell a real product online where you have a much bigger marketplace, as a business owner who finally figured out what my time was worth and that I needed to be paid for it, as a business owner, I can tell you that when you see money coming into your bank account, when you have money between your fingers, when you have money that you can spend on the things you want, that's much better validation than someone buying your product that you paid them essentially to buy. I promise you that it is. Now, I had to go through a lot of experiences of doing it the hard way, doing it the old-fashioned way, losing money. I had a long time where I didn't feel like I could charge much more than I was, my product cost to make because I had this sense of guilt. I come from a community where everybody thinks they can do it themselves and everybody's pinching pennies and everyone is clipping coupons. And so I felt like, I can't put these people in this situation where they feel like they have to spend more than they can actually afford. But you know what? The longer I did what I did, and the more I realized how much time and energy and effort I was putting in to creating a superior product for them, I started to think, you know what? The work I'm doing is valuable. The work I am doing matters. And if people want to go do it themselves and try to rip off my product and make a crappier version at home, there's nothing I can do about that. But if I'm going to make it, and if I'm going to spend my time and my energy and my experience, and if I'm going to give them a superior product, then I'm damn well going to be paid for it. I'm not paying someone else so that they can use my product that is going to make their life easier. See, there's value there. People will pay for value. So right now, you have to decide why you are in business. Are you in business because you want the validation of selling a product that is important to you and it makes you feel good when someone likes the same things you like? Is that all it is for you? Then that's okay. But know right now that if that's why you're in business, you will never make profits, ever. You will never come out ahead. Every year when you do your taxes, you will always claim a loss. You will never claim a gain. But if you are serious about your business and you value yourself and you value your time and you value what you bring to the marketplace, and you know that you have value to give to other people, then you will have a gain at the end of the year. You will profit with your business. You will grow. You will be more than you've ever been before. Because if you know your value and can give other people value, that's powerful. So here's what started this little rant, if you will. I keep seeing people going to these vendor booths. And there really are some things and some products and some services, if you will, that do awesome at stuff like that. There are. But today, in the world of internet marketing, you can reach so many more people, and you don't have to show up early. You don't have to set up a booth. You don't have to sit there all day. You don't have to tear down a booth. You don't have to go out and tap random people on the shoulder and try to start a conversation and try to find out about their life so you can dig into their pain so that you can find one little teeny tiny nugget or tidbit that you can hopefully remember so that when you call them back, they'll actually talk to you. It's not that hard anymore. It isn't. There are people out there waiting, sitting on the edge of their seats to buy what you have to offer, who want the value that you provide to the marketplace. You just have to put yourself in a position to reach them. And the internet lets you do that. I was able to do that through Etsy. I started an Etsy shop 3 years ago, and I invented my own product, the boob tube nursing cover. And it was a slow start, but it grew. And I loved it. And it was amazing. And I started to see, more and more sales come through. And I was so excited every time. And my product got better. I started selling in other countries. I started getting a few bulk orders here and there. It was amazing to watch the difference in me, because I could go out to dinner with my husband, and I'd be sitting there and I'd jump on my phone real quick and I'd scroll through my emails and I'd say, I just made 2 sales while we were sitting here at dinner. I just paid for dinner while we were sitting here. Where before, back in the day, I would feel like, oh crap, I better leave my business card for this person that was my server because they could really use my opportunity because for whatever reason. It felt so good that I could enjoy my life and still make money while finding the right type of clients instead of going out and feeling like my whole life and my head was constantly consumed with my business, so I couldn't enjoy my life, and I was trying to throw my opportunity, my desires, my wants on everyone. There was no target, there was no niche, nothing. And that's why I wasn't successful before. The internet has changed my way of thinking as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. I take myself seriously now. One of the reasons is because I have kids. I don't have time to mess around anymore. Do you know how much it costs me to get a babysitter to go sit at a booth all day long? I couldn't even make enough money to pay for a babysitter for 2 crazy kids. And I don't want to. That's the reality of the situation. I don't want to do that anymore because I value my time. I hope you value your time too. I hope if you haven't before, you see now that you have a huge ocean full of people, full of prospects out there through this little tiny thing called the internet. Now, I used Etsy to help me get started, and I progressed through. Here I am 3 years later, and I'm expanding my horizons again, and I am entering the world of true internet marketing. And I have discovered some amazing things and some amazing ways to really reach the people you are looking for, to provide value for them, and to get value back because of that. I can show you what I'm doing. I'm willing to show you what I'm doing. I have open arms. I don't want you to be like I was. I don't want you to have to fail one more time before you figure out that there is a better, easier, more convenient, more fun way to make money. I've done it. I transitioned. I jumped over that chasm that most people are afraid to jump over, and I know you can too. I'll talk to you guys soon. please value yourself.